Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. As usual, before we start our lesson, kita ni akan mulakan dengan berselawat ke atas Rasulullah SAW selama 2 minit. Mari kita ni sama-sama membaca 3 niat penting sebelum memulakan selawat ke atas Rasulullah SAW. Yang pertama, kami niatkan selawat kami untuk memenuhi perintah Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Yang kedua, kami niatkan selawat kami untuk memenuhi hak Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Dan yang ketiga, kami niatkan selawat kami untuk mendapat syafaat Rasulullah di akhirat kelak. 2 minutes from now.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد. 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 اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد.
Doa sebelum belajar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma aftah alaina hikmataka wanshur alaina min hazaini rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Ya Allah, bukakanlah ke atas kami hikmat-hikmat-Mu dan limpahilah ke atas kami khazanah rahmat-Mu. Wahai yang maha pemurah lagi maha penyayang.
Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Ya Rabbku, lapangkanlah untukku dadaku dan mudahkanlah untukku urusanku, dan lepaskanlah kekakuan dari lidahku, supaya mereka mengerti perkataanku.
Amin.
Amin, amin, amin. Ya Rabbal Alamin. Now, our topic for today is mode, median, mean, and range, part 2. In part 1, you learn about calculations, but in this part 2, it's more to explanation, but still relate with part 1. Can you please get ready with your notes 3.1.2, mode, median, mean, and range, part 2, page 114 until page 120. What you will learn in this topic is, first, to identify and understand the different purposes of the mean, median, and mode. The second one, Identify and understand situation when using the mean, median, or mode may lead to misinterpretations of data. Bear in mind, whatever that we learn in our maths, it's related with our real life situation. So, people will use this mean, median, or mode to interpret the data. That is why you learn about this one. Okay? The third one, compare two distributions using measures of average and the range. As I mentioned earlier, average here refer to the mean, median, and mode. The last one, recognize when it is appropriate to use the mode or model class, median, mean, and range to compare distributions of data. The second point and the fourth point relate to one each other. So before we decide if you want to use mode or median or mean or range to compare our data, so we need to look for each purposes, look for each uses and advantages, disadvantages, and so forth. Different purposes of the mode, median, and mean. The mode, median, and mean are measures of central tendency within a distribution of numerical values. Seems difficult, but it is not difficult. You just need to understand, okay? The first one, each of these measures calculate the locations of the central point using a different method. The second one, choosing the best measure of central tendency depends on the type of data you have. Now, best measure of central tendency. Central tendency here means average, and average is mode, median, and mean. Okay, in our real life, we will have different types of data according to our needs. Okay, according to our needs. So you need to choose which best to your which best to measure your data. It's either mode, median, or mean. Next one, here I put the use, advantage, and disadvantage of mode, median, and mean in one slide. Okay, you can refer this one in page 115. But if you want to draw the slide, you want to draw the table also, my pleasure. You can do so. You can copy this down in your blank page in your notes. Alright. Now, the first one, mode. The use for mode. Non-numerical data. You can use mode for non-numerical data. Okay, number of cars, number of colors, number of football team, whatsoever. Okay, the second one, finding the most likely value. Most likely value means higher frequency, most often. Okay, you need to be familiar with that terms. Now, the advantage of this mode, very easy to find. It's simple, not affected by very large or very small values, as it can use to measure non-numerical data also. And the third one can be used for non-numerical data. As I mentioned earlier, the data set is not in numbers such as the colors of cars in a car park. Somehow the disadvantage of this mode, it does not use all the values. Alright, it only take the higher frequency or the most often values, elements. Alright, and the second one, there can be more than one mode, and there can also be no mode. It is possible, okay? It is possible in that data set we don't have any mode at all. It is possible. Thus, the mode is not always representative of the data. You get that so far? If you're still confused, you can text me after this. The second one, median. What is the use for median? Data with extreme values. Extreme values means big values, small values. Okay. The advantage. The advantage, easy to find from ungrouped data, not affected by very large or very small values. If you flashback, if you recall your median, how to find your median, median only concerned with the middle values. Okay, median only concerned with the middle values. And the disadvantage, the first one does not use all the values. As I mentioned earlier, medians only concerned with the middle values in that dataset. If there is an even number of numbers, maksudnya di sini if there is an even number of values of elements, the median is found by averaging the two middle numbers. This means the median value may not actually be a number in the original dataset. If you try to recall in our part 1, when we have even elements, even dataset, and the median will be in terms of decimal number, and that number always not that number sometimes it's not included in the elements in the dataset. You get me or not? Maksud ayat, jawapannya tuh the median. For example, previously we had 4.5, and that 4.5 we don't have that in your elements in your dataset. That is what mean here, the value may not actually be a number in the original dataset. Okay? If you're still confused, you can text me later. The last one, mean. What is the use for mean? Data with values that are spread in a balanced way. Okay? Means data with values that are spread in a balanced way. Advantage, easy to find. It's easy. Okay? You just total all the elements divided by number of elements. Uses all the values to calculate the average. Means we calculate the average. We use all the values, yes. The total for a given number of values can be calculated from it. The total for a given for a given number of values can be calculated from it. Somehow the disadvantage of means. Each of them have their own advantage and disadvantage. Okay? The disadvantage of mean, very small or very large values can affect the mean. Okay, now very small value and very large value. For example, in the data set we have 100, and the next one is 2. 100 is the large value and 2 is very small value. So these different numbers, this big gap of numbers can affect the mean. Okay, now activity 1. To compare data by using the appropriate average here, mode, median, and mean. When finding an average, it is important to choose the appropriate type of average for a particular set of data. Best measure, that is the keyword. If the wrong average is used, the result obtained will be distorted and give misleading information. That means the information is not really correct or not really accurate. Okay, yes, accurate is the word. Instruction, match the statement to the most appropriate average. Now, you can refer this one in your notes, page 116. I will give you 1 minute to try. Think carefully. Try to recall the use, advantage, and disadvantage of these three terms, mean, mode, and median. Are you ready? Now, 1 minute from now. Okay. Now, let us check your answers. If you have wrong answer, you just change it. The first one, favorite football team. Here we can see the data set is non-numerical value. So if it is non-numerical value, of course the answer is mod. Now the second one, Olympic men 100-meter times. Okay, what do you think? Okay, now here we can choose median or mean. Both of these average we can use to measure this data set, the question 2. Now the question 3, of course, mod. Bahasa Arab is the most often, the higher frequency of the data set. So mod, it is non-numerical value. So mod. Number 4, the answer is median. Why only median? Why I don't put mean? Why median is the most appropriate, the best measure in question form? Try to think. Try to think. Try to wake up your mind. Okay, try to think. Now, if you see here in the data set, we can see here we have huge gap between the smallest value here 17 and the highest value of the highest value the highest value, which is 34. If you recall the disadvantage of means, the higher range, okay, the huge range of the numbers can affect the means. So the most appropriate, the most accurate average will be the median. Okay, now the next questions, number 5, mean. Again, why we choose mean? Why don't we choose median? Something to think. Okay, try to recall the advantage and disadvantage. When this kind of exam come out in exam, when this type of questions come out in exam, please try to recall all the use, advantage and disadvantage. Try to think. Okay, try to think. Never give up. It is not that difficult. It just need you to think. Okay, now why mean? Why don't median? Again, you look for the data set. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means in these questions we have even elements. When we have even elements, of course we find the median by taking the average of the two numbers. By the end, the numbers, the answer, the median can be out of the original value, back to our explanation previously. That is how you do the reasoning. Okay, and that is why mean is the most accurate, appropriate, the best measure in this data set. Okay, the last one, number 6, median. Again, you know the reason already. If you still blur, you still you still don't know how to you still confused how I get median, try to recall the explanation previously and try to get the reason why I put median, and you can text me with your answer, with your reason, and we will discuss together. Okay, now activity 2, still with comparing data by using the appropriate average, best measure. Okay, appropriate average here are mod, medians, or mean. Now the questions here is, Sharon told each student their test mark and only gave the test statistic to the whole class. She gave the class the model mark, the median mark, and the mean mark. Now here we have 3 questions. Part A, B, and C. Part A, which average will tell a student whether they were top half or the bottom half of the class. B. Which average tells the students nothing really. Nothing really means not that much. Okay, not that much relevant. Not that much relevant to this dataset. And part C, which average allows a student to gauge. Gauge here means measure. To gauge how well they have done compared with everyone else. Okay, can I give you 1 minute for this? 1 minute from now. 30 seconds. Fifteen seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now let us share the answers. We check the answers. Part A, the answer is median. Part B, the answer is mode. Part C, the answer is mean. If you still confused, try to recall my previous explanation. Try to understand why A, the answer is median, why B, the answer is mode, and why C, the answer is mean. Okay, now, which is best, the mode, median, or mean? Choosing the best measure of central tendency depends on the type of data you have, as I mentioned earlier, as we already covered in previous pages. Number 1. An average must be truly representative of a set of data. So when you have to find an average, it is crucial, it is important to choose the most appropriate type of average, either mode, median, or mean. The second one, when you have asymmetrical distributions for continuous data, the mean, median, and mode are equal. In this case, analysts tend to use the mean because it includes all of the data in the calculation. Maksudnya di sini, we choose mean as the best measure in that data. And symmetrical distribution means symmetry. Okay, divide by half, left or right at the middle, they are equal. Okay, symmetry. Try to recall the symmetry, right? However, if you have a skewed distributions, the median is often the best measure of central tendency. Skewed distributions here, which have higher range, higher difference, higher gauge. We have very big number and very small number in the same data set. Okay, so in that situation, median is often the best measure. As I explained earlier, try to recall what I already explained in previous slide, in your previous pages. When you have ordinal data, the median or mode is usually the best choice. For categorical data, you have to use the mode. Okay, this slide is very important. This is for you to measure, to help you to choose the best measure, either mode, medians, or means. Please try to understand this one. Yes, it is very woody. I know some of you don't like this kind of topic, but you need to. Alright? Actually, in exam, it's just a simple answer. but you need to understand from now. Moving on, example 1. In a survey of 10 households, the number of children was found to be 4, 1, 5, 4, 3, 7, 2, 3, 4, 1. You can refer this in page 117. Now, let us do this together. Part A, state the mode. What is your answer for this one? The answer is 4, because 4 is the most often, the higher frequency in this data set. Now, the second one, calculate. Part 1, the mean number of children per household. Can I give you 1 minute for this? You can use your calculator to calculate 1 minute from now. "50 seconds, 40 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now, do you get this answer? If yes, well done, very good. Okay, but if you got it wrong, please revise. Please look at your answers, which part that you still not understand. Okay, the next one, B, part 2, the median number of children per household. Okay, now, can I give you 1 minute for this? 1 minute from now. You can use your calculator for solving these questions. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now, let us share the answers. Okay, let us share the answers. Step 1. First put the data in numerical orders. Remember? Okay. And the second one, you calculate the median. Take the middle part. Okay? Take the middle part, as I explained in your part 1 slides. Refer back. If you still cannot get the answer correctly, please refer your part 1, how to find the median. Alright? Now, C. This type of questions most probably come out in exams, since this is the new syllabus that included in your new scheme. So please be ready. You must know how to measure. You must know how to explain. It is not that difficult. inshallah you will able to answer if you try to understand and try uh, to revise this topic, inshallah. It's okay actually. Although it's wordy, it's okay. Okay, jangan takut. Now, C. A researcher says the mode seems to be the best average to represent the data in this survey. Give one reason to support this statement. So, if this type of questions come out in exam, try to think logically. Recall the use, recall the advantage of mode. Why? Why mode is the reason? Okay? The answer, you can take this. This is one example of answer. The answer is, can you please copy this down? Salin, exactly, equal, exactly, completely what I already write here. Okay, mesti sama. I want to check your notes later on, so please, alright, do not give me shortcut answers. Write in full words. The answer, the mode gives the value that occurs most frequently. Alright? Moving on. Example 2. The students in a class state how many children there are in their family. The numbers they state are given below. In your notes, it's state below, but here I put aside. Now, and you are asked to find the mean, median, and mode for this data. If you have this kind of data set, try to build your frequency table. Try to draw your frequency table like this. Alright? Now, why I have 10 here? Because I have 10 times in the data set. I have 12 times 12 times in the data set. I have 4 times in the data set. I have 4 one time in the data set, and I have 7 one time in the data set. Okay, once you clear with your frequency table, you done with your frequency table, then you answer all the questions given. Now, finding mean. Can I give you 1 minute? 1 minute from now. 50 seconds. 40 seconds. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, did you get this? If you get this, Alhamdulillah, that means you understand. If you still get it, if you still got the answer wrong, you need to revise. Okay? The formula here is sum of fx divided by sum of f. Refer to your part 1. Now, median. Can I give you another 1 minute for median? Yes? Okay, 1 minute from now. 50 seconds. 40 seconds. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, do you get this? If no, you better revise your part 1. That part 1 is very important. It really relates with this part 2. If you cannot calculate, then how you give reason? Okay, so please. Now, here we have 14.5 position. That means here we have positions in 14 and 15. 15. Now, you calculate from 10 to 12. Then 10 campur 12, 10 add with 12, you got 22. So this 14 and 15 started in this 2. That is why the answer, the median is 2. The next one. Okay. Find the mode. Which one is with higher frequency? Of course, kamu boleh nampak, you're able to see it already. The answer is 2. Then, question B. Which is the most sensible average to use in this case? Sensible. Sensible here, appropriate, best measure. That are the synonym for this sensible average. For this sensible. Okay. Maksudnya, which one is the most appropriate? Which one is the best measure? Okay. Now, the answer is, it's either median or mode. Then why? The answer is because they give us whole number. When you again say why, you can text me and I will explain to you again why. Alright? Moving on. Now, compared to distributions using measures of average, mean, mode, median, and the range. Previously, I already explained to you what is range. Range is the difference between the largest, the highest value, and the smallest value. Now, example 3, 2 people work in a factory making parts for cars. The table shows how many complete parts they make in 1 week. Here are the tables. The workers are Rizwan and Kawi from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Now, the questions here, find the mean and range for Rizwan and Kawi. Right? Your task here to find the mean and range for Rizwan and Kawi. Can I give you 2 minutes? Okay, 2 minutes for this. Now, 2 minutes from now. You can use your calculator in your calculation. Be careful. One minute left. And 1 minute. 50 seconds. 40 seconds. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now. Do you get this? The mean for Rizwan is 20.8. The mean for Kawi is 24.2. The range for Rizwan is 2. The range for Kawi is 24. For those who haven't answered this one, can you please copy this down properly, please? Okay, now, the questions here is, who is more consistent? Rizwan, the mean for Rizwan is 20.8. Rizwan range is 2. Means for Kawi is 24.2. And the range for Kawi is 24. Now, this kind of answer needs your basic for means, for range. Okay, try to recall your means, advantage and disadvantage, and try to recall the range. Okay, now the answer is Rizwan. Then why Rizwan? In statistic, can you please copy this down? Okay, copy the complete sentence, no shortcut. Okay, no shortcut, please. Alright, now the explanation. In statistics, a range shows how spread out a set of data is. The bigger the range, the more spread out the data. If the range is small, the data is closer together or more consistent. If you look here, the range for Rizwan is 2 and the range for Kawi is 24, which is wide range, okay? Wide difference, huge gap. That is why the more consistent is Rizwan. And then, who makes the most parts in a week? The answer is Kawi. Now, the last example, example 4, Alhamdulillah. Okay, now, example 4. Students in year 8 are arranged in 11 classes. The class sizes are 23, 24, 24, 26, 27, 28, 30, 24, 29, 24, 27. You can check these questions in page 120 of your notes. Now, what is the model class size? Okay, model here is mod. Your answer is 24 students, because we can see 24 is the most often, the higher frequency in this data set. And the second one, calculate the mean class size. Can I give you 1 minute for this? 1 minute. 1 minute from now. $50 seconds. $20 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now, do you get this? The mean for this one is 26 students. The sum of the values out of the number of value. Now, the next question is, the range of the class sizes for year 9 is 3. The range for year 9 is 3. Then, part C, what does this tell you about the class sizes in year 9 compared with those in year 8? Maybe I will give you 1 minute for this. I want you to think about it. You may write your answer in pencil if you afraid that you got it wrong. But it's okay to try. I want you to think about this. What does this tell you about the class size in year 9? The range of year 9 is 3, okay? Compare with those in year 8. Can I give you 1 minute? 1 minute from now. 50 seconds. 40 seconds. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now. The answer is, can you please copy this down with complete sentences? The one of the possible answer is, there is more of an even spread of students in year 9. Or, the range of the class size for year 9 is smaller than those in year 8. You try to find the range of year 8. Then you will know why I put the answers like this, okay? The range of the class size for year 9 is smaller than those in year 8. Therefore, the class size for year 9 is closer together or more consistent than those in year 8. I repeat myself. There is more of an even spread of students in year 9, or the range of the class size for year 9 is smaller than those in year 8. Therefore, the class size for year 9 is closer together or more consistent than those in year 8. By doing this will be the end of our lesson. Hopefully, what we learned for this topic, you're able to understand. Yes, this topic is lengthy, lots of explanation. This is part 2 of mean, mode, median, and range. And this is new in your scheme. So please work hard for this. Most probably, it to be come out in exam is high. So please, it's not that difficult. You just need to understand. You must be clear what is mode, what is mean, what is median, and what is range. And try to develop critical thinking, try to develop reasoning. Inshallah, you will be okay with this topic. Okay? With that, that will be the end of our mean, mode, median, and range topic. Thank you. Thank you so much. And mudah-mudahan kamu beroleh manfaat dengan apa yang kita ni belajar hari ini. Okay. Now, macam biasa, Tani akan tutup kelas Tani dengan doa. Siapkan notes kamu dan jangan lupa gambar and upload to your Google Classroom and follow my instructions. Alright? Mudah-mudahan Tani semua dilindungi dan diberi kemudahan dalam menuntut ilmu ni. Alright?
Doa selepas belajar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma inni astaudi'uka ma 'allamtani fardudhu ilayya inda hajati ilaihi wala tansani ya rabbal alamin. Ya Allah, sesungguhnya aku menitipkan padamu ilmu-ilmu yang telah Engkau ajarkan kepadaku, dan kembalikanlah kepadaku sewaktu aku memerlukannya kembali. Dan janganlah Engkau lupakan aku kepada ilmu itu, wahai Tuhan yang memiliki semesta alam. Amin.